A very good morning to all the esteemed guests, dignitaries, scientists, and staff of CSIR-CIMFR who are present here and also joined through online, and the persons who are watching this program through the YouTube. I, Dr. Orkojyoti Das, Senior Scientist, express a warm and heartfelt welcome to the 78th Foundation Day celebration of the CSIR-Central Institute of Mining and Fuel Research, Dhanbad. It is indeed a privilege to stand before this august gathering comprising distinguished dignitaries, esteemed scientists, and the staff of CSIR as we commemorate nearly 8 decades of excellence, innovation, and contribution to mining and fuel research. During this period, CSIR-CIMFR has been a cornerstone of technological advancement and sustainable development in the field of mining and fuel research. Today, we reflect on our remarkable journey and envision a future which is filled with promises. It is a privilege to have with us today the Doyens of Scientific Fraternity, Professor Shukumar Misra, Director, IIT-ISM Dhanbad as a chief guest, and Professor D.D. Misra, our respected Research Council Chairman. May I now request our Director, sir, to accompany our chief guest and RC Chairman on the dais. Sir, please. I would also like to request Dr. J.K. Pandey, Chief Scientist, and Dr. Ashish Mukherjee, Chief Scientist of CSIR-CIMFR, to join our guest on the dais. The lighting of the lamp, a symbol of knowledge and enlightenment, marks the beginning of our program and set the tone for the wisdom that will unfold. I kindly request the dignitaries on the dais to kindly step forward and grace us for the lighting of this lamp. Thank you, sir. It is a moment of great honor and privilege for us to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed guests for sparing their valuable time to grace the occasion and showing their love and affection towards CSIR-CIMFR. May I now request our Director, sir, to welcome our chief guest by presenting a book. I would also like to request our Director, sir, to welcome our respected Research Council Chairman. May I now request our Director, sir, to deliver his welcome address.
Pleasant good morning to everyone and a very warm welcome. Today's chief guest, Honorable Professor Sukumar Mishra ji, Director, IIT ISM Dhanbad, esteemed Research Council Chairman, respected Professor D.D. Mishra ji, Dr. J.K. Pandey, Dr. Ashish, our former Director, Dr. T.N. Singh ji of DAS, Dr. O.P. Mishra ji from Ministry of Earth Sciences, all esteemed guests, respected my fellow colleagues, research scholars, students, and friends from press and media. It is indeed my honor and privilege to extend a warm welcome on the occasion of 78th Foundation Day of CSIR-CIMFR. This is the day when CSIR-CIMFR came into existence. Way back in 1946, the laboratories which were being started by CSIR after its establishment in the year 1942, this was one among rest which came into existence. And in the year 1946, 17th of November, the foundation stone was being laid by the then Sri C.H. Bhabaji, Minister of Works, Power and Mines of the interim government of India. And it was inaugurated by the first president, Dr. Rajendra Prasad ji, in presence of the first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru ji, and the eminent scientists, Sir C.V. Raman, along with Sir C.V. Raman, Acharya Jagdish Chandra Bose, Dr. Sahani. These were the eminent scientists in presence of whom the inauguration was being done. Since then, CSIR-CIMFR has traversed 78 years. And there is no other institution which can boast of having understanding of coal at microscopic level, let it be its physics, chemistry, or its dynamic, relation with other elements and its usage. I remember during my college days when we were doing our undergrad BTech, for understanding mining, you have to visit CSIR-CIMFR. You need to get an entry inside the portal of CSIR-CIMFR premises. And we used to feel so proud and privileged to get an entry inside CSIR-CIMFR to understand the dynamics of mining as well as fuel sciences. I remember when I first came in along with the students, undergrad students, when I joined ISM as a faculty member. In fact, for my selection, in the interview board, former director, late Dr. Dhar, was in the selection board. And after my selection as faculty member, along with students, I came. And that time, Dr. T.N. Singh was the director of CSIR-CIMFR. And I recall he addressed the students in the committee room. And the kind of the overview which was given to the students and the facilities which were shown to them. After that, it became part of curriculum that every year students need to go to CSIR-CIMFR, and there will be visit of CSIR-CIMFR, wherein they will be visiting FLP, explosives testing gallery, and other facilities. So when we look up the landscape of mining industry, fuel sciences, energy security, and the sustainable environmental management, there is no other institution than CSIR-CIMFR which has contributed, which has significantly provided the assistance and support to the mining industry, to the society, and to the country. Since 70 years, its relevance is still there, as now we have to look for the clean fuel, energy security, critical minerals, and all other minerals for sustaining the development and growth of the country, growth of the economy. And so its relevance is with the commitment of what each and every one of CSIR-CIMFR family has done for the development of industry and society. It need to be saluted. I, standing before all of you, salute each and every one, those who have contributed immensely for the growth of research and innovation in the country so far as mining, fuel sciences, and energy security is concerned. We have traversed a long path. Now we have gathered in here to celebrate the Foundation Day. And this is the day when we need to look back what achievements we got in, what have we contributed to the society. And now we need to introspect and chalk out our pathway for future. We need to create the roadmap for future. How will we be further contributing in providing the clean energy and energy security, as well as the sustainable development of mining? Greening of mining and refining industry is another one which has come up. I know that's the time. It's the requirement of the hour. And to the honorable chief guest, on I can I would like to inform you that CSIR-CIMFR is doing what is required to be done for greening of the mining industry and refining industry, along with the steel industry, decarbonization of steel sector. We are immensely contributing. We have got the live pilot plants of big capacity at Digwadi campus. I would request you to spare off some time so that you can see yourself what are the facilities which we do have in terms of the coal beneficiation, in terms of the carbonization, in terms of the mining industry or mining technology, and collaboratively, along with IIT ISM Dhanbad, we can deliver wonders. As IIT ISM has got strength, but at the same time, there are few strengths which are there with CSIR-CIMFR, as CSIR-CIMFR integration with industry is so strong. And about 85% of our projects, what we do take up, is directly or indirectly sponsored by the industry as well as the ministry. So it will be a time, I would request you to look at that, so that with the academic excellence, what you do have, the research scholar broad base, which is available at IIT ISM Dhanbad, and the facilities what we do have at Digwadi as well as Barwa Road campus can be married in together, and collaboratively we can do more than the expectation of the society and of the country than what we are doing right now. So on this occasion, indeed it's a great occasion, an eminent occasion for celebration of Foundation Day. But at the same time, I would urge to all members of CSIR-CIMFR to get yourself re-energized, rejuvenated, and come forward, march together to achieve the goals what has been set by the Honorable President of CSIR, Honorable Prime Minister of India, as well as Vice President of CSIR, Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, in accomplishing the dream of Viksit Bharat, Sudrid Bharat, Sudrid, Sasakt, Viksit Bharat. So with these words, I once again welcome the dignitaries, the Honorable Chief Guest, who happened to be, he was traveling for last few days, and it was becoming a bit difficult for him, but he very happily is so nice, so generous that he happily accepted our invitation, and he made sure he cut short his visit, which was, planned for somewhere else, and then he made sure that he is there to provide in his blessings, his support, and his best wishes in celebrating our Foundation Day. So thank you very much, sir, for blessing us, as well as to our Honorable RC Chairman, sir, who all the way came in from Bhubaneswar, and at his the kind of energy and dynamism which he has, I wish, I envy. But the age we will be reaching in there, I'm not sure what will be our scenario. And Dr. T.N. Singh, who is senior to our Honorable Chairman of RC, who is there with us for blessing all of us, as well as Dr. O.P. Mishra ji. So I'm really thankful to all of you for blessing us on the occasion of celebrating our Foundation Day. And with these words, thank you very much for all of you for your support, for what you have contributed, each and every one, to CSIR-CIMFR, and our accomplishments, our achievements, our accolades, what we have got in the kind of respect, reputation, and recognition from the industry, from the society, and from the country, as well as the ministry and departments, is all because of the hard work, because of your hard work we have achieved in, and I'm sure that in coming years we will be achieving more than what we can dream of. So we need to realize our potential. Our potential is tremendous. And with these words, I wish everyone a very happy Foundation Day. So with these words, thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for sharing the rich history of CSIR-CIMFR and showing the importance of CIMFR for the mining industry. Okay, sir. And we will have a short videos for the different activities of the CSIR-CIMFR. May I now request to play this video.
प्रकृति ने झारखंड राज्य को अनुपम सौंदर्य के साथ साथ बहुमूल्य खनिज संपदा से परिपूर्ण होने का भी अखंड सौभाग्य प्रदान किया है। इन खनिज संपदाओं के समुचित उपयोग हेतु तत्कालीन प्रमुख दूरदर्शी विचारकों ने झारखंड स्थित धनबाद में 2 CSIR संस्थानों को स्थापित करने का निर्णय लिया। केंद्रीय ईंधन अनुसंधान संस्थान की आधारशिला अंतरिम राष्ट्रीय सरकार के तत्कालीन माननीय मंत्री श्री CH भाभा, कार्य, खनन तथा विद्युत विभाग द्वारा 17 नवंबर 1946 को रखी गई थी। तदुपरांत भारत के प्रथम राष्ट्रपति धनबाद में 22 अप्रैल 1950 को संस्थान के भवन का उद्घाटन किया गया। इस गौरवमय क्षण में माननीय राष्ट्रपति जी के साथ भारत के प्रथम प्रधानमंत्री माननीय पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू, नोबेल पुरस्कार विजेता सर CV रमन, डॉक्टर मेघनाथ साहा, CSIR के पहले निदेशक डॉक्टर शांति स्वरूप भटनागर एवं अनेकों प्रतिष्ठित अतिथिगण उपस्थित थे। डॉक्टर राजेंद्र प्रसाद जी ने अपने उद्बोधन में इस प्रयोगशाला की महत्ता पर बल देते हुए अधिक से अधिक कोयले को वैज्ञानिक पद्धति से कोक में परिवर्तित करने हेतु आह्वान किया। उन्होंने बताया कि ऐसा करने से कोयले के सभी उत्पादों का समुचित उपयोग हो पाएगा तथा इससे ईंधन उद्योगों और अंततः देश के विकास में सहयोग मिलेगा। तत्कालीन प्रधानमंत्री पंडित नेहरू ने उद्घाटन संबोधन में अनुसंधान के लिए एक सुव्यवस्थित संस्थान की आवश्यकता पर बल देते हुए कहा कि मानव ही है जो विज्ञान का प्रयोग और उपयोग करता है, ईंट और कंक्रीट नहीं, परंतु आधुनिक उपकरणों से युक्त सुंदर कार्यस्थल निश्चित तौर पर विज्ञान को नए आयाम देने में महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाते हैं। अतः विज्ञान की प्रगति हेतु आधुनिक प्रयोगशाला धनबाद में निर्मित करने का निर्णय लिया गया। खनन एवं संरचना संबंधी क्षेत्रों में अनुसंधान और विकास द्वारा सहयोग प्रदान करने हेतु 10 मई 1956 को केंद्रीय खनन अनुसंधान केंद्र की स्थापना की गई और धनबाद में एक नए परिसर में कार्य प्रारंभ किया गया। CSIR के 2 प्रमुख संस्थानों CFRI एवं CMRI की मूलभूत क्षमताओं को एकीकृत करते हुए 2 अप्रैल 2007 को CSIR केंद्रीय खनन एवं ईंधन अनुसंधान संस्थान CSIR-CIMFR का गठन किया गया ताकि अन्वेषण, खनन, उपयोगिता और पर्यावरण को सम्मिलित करते हुए संपूर्ण कोयला आधारित ऊर्जा श्रृंखला के लिए अनुसंधान एवं विकास के माध्यम से सहयोग प्रदान किया जा सके।
The establishment of CSIR-Central Institute of Mining and Fuel Research took place following the amalgamation of the central expertise of both the Central Fuel Research Institute and the Central Mining Research Institute, along with their regional centers situated in Nagpur, Bilaspur, Roorkee, Ranchi, and Raniganj. CSIR-Central Institute of Mining and Fuel Research has concentrated its R&D endeavors on the subsequent focal areas, namely clean coal technologies and uses of transformed version of coal with syngas, methanol, liquid petrol results in minimal carbon emission. CSIR-CIMFR has developed and installed an indigenous 1.5 TPD oxy-blown PFBG pilot plant and established gasification of high-ash Indian coal under the aegis of Niti Aayog. The syngas generated from PFBG pilot plant is suitable for various downstream applications. Further, to generate the methanol from syngas, the Institute has achieved expertise in the area of catalysts and process development at bench scale level for downstream modules including syngas microcleaning, water gas shift reaction, CO2 capture, and syngas to methanol, and other chemicals. Conversion of inferior coal to high-energy coal coke through beneficiation by recovery of carbon values from carbonaceous and washery tailings and reducing the environmental pollution by treating the coal slurry tailings by beneficiation and creating value-added product. Developed cost-effective technologies to make domestic coal useful to steel plants. In this direction, the institute has developed a non-recovery type heat recovery coke making technology with stamp charging and coke quenching, which can accommodate Indian coals with inferior coking properties. The technology has been commercialized and transferred to Kudremukh Iron Ore Company Limited, Mangalore for 0.18 MTPA coke production, and institute is also getting royalty. The technology has also been transferred to 20 more different companies in last 2 years. Several indigenous guidelines, norms, formulations, mining methods developed by the institute are being widely used by the Indian mining industry for the underground extraction of coal and metalliferous deposits under different geomining conditions to increase production, productivity and safety of underground mines. Study is being carried out for development of coal mine methane resource, methane emission inventory and emission factor for coal mine and oil and gas sector. The development of infrastructure sector is considered as a precursor in boosting the economy of a country. Accordingly, the institute has developed a specialized controlled blasting technique for safe and efficient rock excavation works in metro rail projects, highways, railways, hydraulic tunnels and land development for construction of airports. The developed technique is capable of dealing with many site-specific constraints such as blasting in the close proximity to the house's structures, blasting for slope stabilization, directional controlled blasting with minimal blasting hazards. The strategically important border roads of the Indochina and Indo-Pak borders in ecologically fragile hilly terrain have been completed with a faster and safer way with the intervention of CSIR-CIMFR developed controlled blasting techniques, which has been acknowledged by the Border Roads Organization. Waste to wealth creation by utilizing mill tailing and slag for paste backfilling in underground metalliferous mines, it would be great benefit to the entire mining, mineral processing and metallurgical industries.
Please.
Thank you, Arka. A very good morning to all of you. Respected guests on the dais, Professor Sukumar Mishra, Director IIT ISM, Professor D.D. Mishra, our RC Chairman, Ashish Mukherjee, Professor D.D. Professor A.K. Mishra, our Director, Ashish Mukherjee ji. Then off the dais, we have Dr. T.N. Singh, our former Director, then Dr. O.P. Mishra, Director MOES, all the senior colleagues, retired colleagues who have come today, friends who have joined online also and then on YouTube. It's really a great day for all of us to be part of this great event to be celebrated in CIMFR. As a matter of introduction to our RC chairman, and also we can say that neither Dhanbad needs his introduction nor CIMFR, and almost all of them must be knowing about him. But as a customary, I'm just introducing and reading his just a brief biodata. Professor Dhanujdhari Mishra is a distinguished alumnus of Indian School of Mines, Dhanbad, 1964 batch. He brings over 66 decades of experience spanning academia, research and industry. After completing his early education, Professor Mishra earned his diploma, which is equivalent to BTech degree from ISM Dhanbad. His career commenced in the mining industry, where he served for 12 years, contributing to multiple industries and completing various milestone projects. Transitioning to academia, Professor Mishra served as assistant professor at IIT Kharagpur 1977 to 1984, where he pioneered new work in mineral resources and beneficiation. At ISM Dhanbad, he served as professor and dean from 1984 to 2000. initiating India's first BTech course in mineral engineering and expanding academic discipline beyond geoscience. As director of CSIR-CIMFR, CMRI 2000-2004, he introduced IT applications in mineral industries, particularly in public sector operations. Professor Misra's leadership extended beyond academics as a chairman of Board of Governors of IIT-ISM beyond Dhanbad from 2015 to 2020. He played a vital role in transition to from ISM to IIT. He was also a member of PSC of NCERT from 2015 to 2018. Since 2018, he has been serving as a chairman of chairman of Government College of Engineering, Keonjhar. In addition to his professional achievement, Professor Mishra has involved and presently he is our RC chairman also. He is contributing in many ways. With this, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for introducing our respected RC chairman. Now, I would like to invite our RC chairman, Professor D.D. Mishra, sir, to address this gathering. Please.
Thank you. Respected dignitaries on the dais, respected dignitaries and dear other friends in the auditorium, I would not like to go to any technical detail, but I would like to recall about the early days of CFRI and CMRI. In fact, in 1960, when I came to Dhanbad to study in the institute at that time, which you now know as IIT ISM Dhanbad, the name was something else. Well, I do not know how many of you will be able to recall the name, but I leave it to you. It was not ISM. So please think over it. Now in 1946, when CFRI was established, I do not know what was the objective. But by 1951, it had become the base of disruptive technology in coal beneficiation. When Dr. T.N. Singh was the director here, and later when I was the director, our Director General was Dr. Maselkar. He used to use the term disruptive technology with an example. He showed a photo of a London street of 1901, where there are all horse carriages, only one or two cars. Then he showed a picture of 1909, not even 10 years, where there are all cars with 2 or 3 horse carriages. So he says this is the example of disruptive technology where the horse carriage has been replaced by cars. Now, what is the disruptive technology which CFRI introduced? The British had suggested that Indian coal is not washable and we cannot get adequate coking coal from within India. But in 1951, by the goading of the then Minister of Science and Technology, I'm saying goading because he wanted that you must do something about it. People started beneficiating the Indian coal in laboratories, CFRI to be exact, and producing very small amounts, yield of 10 to 15% of coal containing 9% ash. That is what was desired for coke ovens and steel plants. But then Similarly, there was a pressure on National Metallurgical Laboratory. And among Indian industries, Tatas are pioneers in doing a lot of things. They cooperated and said that we can go up to 15% as in the coking coal. Of course, by today's standards, that is also very low. So that is how this establishment of coal washeries to produce vast coal with caking properties and blendable coal and so on with 15 to 17% as was really disruptive for many industries abroad who were banking upon export of coking coal to India. They had to wait for another 50 years to do that. So this is the way CFRI has done. Now, of course, I don't want to go further detail. When I came in 1960 here, in the then ISM AG, in the then Department of Chemistry, there was a room where it was written FRI. One room was there. Well, we were curious why there is a room called FRI. What does it mean? We were told that it's Fuel Research Institute. And it was a faculty room, mostly locked. What happened is it was opened 3 to 4 days in a week for about 2 to 3 hours. When a scientist of FRI, CFRI, I don't know the FRI name, I didn't mean, used to come and teach us about coal properties, testing of coal and such things. We learned proximate analysis, ultimate analysis, calorific value, all these things from him. And another thing that I remember that those days, the top scientists of CFRI were only graduates in science, not MSc or BTech, anything like that. Those who had MSc or BTech, they had come later at a higher level, and a few retired as deputy directors or directors. It is mostly simple graduates in science who had brought the laboratory to this level. Of course, with the leadership of others, that's a different matter. So, initial qualification and experience does not matter. Once you join an institute like this, you should survey the literature, learn the old things, and you should be able to do much better than what others have been thinking of doing. In CMRI, things were similar. We had not only these mining, geology, and other such graduates, and of course engineers like civil, electrical, mechanical, and so on. We had a number of graduates in physics, chemistry, mathematics also. And quite a few of them have done very outstanding work. So a formal qualification in the subject in which you are working is not essential. That has been demonstrated by the scientists of CFRI and CMRI, and that should be your motto also. You need not wait for a so-called formal qualification or something. Go ahead with your work. Today, you have the advantage of internet, Google search. Almost anything you want, you can find in your desk and learn it. Those days, we had to go to a library, and even the libraries of ISM and CMRI were not exhaustive. It is not possible for any library to be exhaustive like that, and struggle through a lot of books. So you have the advantage of internet, which you should make full use of to update your knowledge in technology. Now, coming to disruptive technology, I remember when I was a student in ISM, and same thing must have been with Dr. T.N. Singh. Maybe Professor A.K. Misra might have escaped it. we had to learn operation of a coal cutting machine in the practical. Most of the production of coal was from underground mines, and you could not do blasting without cutting the coal to prepare a free face. In CMRI, around 1964, when I was still a student in Dhanbad, they started research and testing on ultra-safe explosives. By 1966, CMRI had emphatically said, we don't need coal cutting. We can do solid blasting. Now what is done? You don't need coal cutting. And what happened to the coal cutting machine manufacturers? It was a big business and it's gone. So CMRI is also responsible for such disruptive technology. And we look forward for more such technology by you to take our nation forward. Nowadays, there is a lot of emphasis on environment. We have not yet been able to fully sensitize our colleagues in the public sector to pay adequate attention to plantation and environment protection. But many of the CSIR scientists are in touch with some private sector companies who are taking them seriously and have really greened the areas which they have mined. Of course, a few public sector undertakings are there. So it is our duty now to educate all concerned about the environment in general and plantations in particular, because mined out areas are ideal for developing effective forest covers with appropriate plantation. I am reminded of a Sanskrit sloka, Dasakupa sama bapi, dasabapi sama rada, dasahrada sama putro, dasaputro sama druma. That means digging of 10 wells is equal to digging of one pond, a large pond lake. Digging of 10 lakes is equal to having one son. And planting one big tree, which will last for many years, is as good as having 10 sons. So we must impress upon all concerned to do this. And as scientists, you are in a position to do that. Of course, coming personally, what I feel, whether as a part of this institute or as a part of some club like Bharat Vikas Parishad or so, it is very difficult to do the plantation ourselves. Even if we go to certain schools and other institutes, including this Barwada campus of CSIR-CIMFR, planting and maintaining the plants are really troublesome. I found the best way to promote the environment is to patronize the environment warriors. I am not going to tell you name, you can find them in the internet. Just search for environment warriors. And if you patronize them, your job will be done much better. And we should motivate our friends in the industry to patronize them. And we should ourselves learn as well as motivate our friends in the industry to learn about carbon credits and how to get carbon credits for the environment warriors. We can do it in individual capacity, in groups, through clubs, through institutes, and so on. But this is the need of the day. And I hope all of you will pay attention to that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words and sharing the history of the CIMFR. And now this is the time for which we are eagerly waiting to hear from our respected chief guest. May I now request Dr. J.K. Pandey, sir, to introduce our chief guest. Sir, please.
Thank you, Arka. Namaste. Just in continuation of my earlier, I am introducing the chief guest of today's function, Professor Sukumar Mishra ji. Professor Sukumar Mishra assumed the position of director at Indian Institute of Science and Indian Institute of Technology, Indian School of Mines, Dhanbad on 15th May 2024. Renowned as an accomplished researcher and effective administrator, Professor Mishra has made significant contributions in the field of electrical engineering, particularly in power system, power quality studies, renewable energy, and smart grids. Before his directorship, Professor Mishra held several key leadership roles, including Dean of Research and External Engagement at IIT Delhi, Abu Dhabi campus, and Associate Dean R&D at IIT Delhi. An active member of the professional community, he served on the executive committee of Delhi section of the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, IEEE, fostering innovations and collaborations in the electrical engineering domain. Professor Mishra's illustrious career is adorned with numerous prestigious awards, including Young Scientist Award 1999 of Odisha Vigyan Academy, INSA Medal for Young Scientists 2002, and INAE Young Engineers Award 2002. INAE Silver Jubilee Young Engineers Award 2012, the Samantha Chandra Shekhar Award 2016, Bimal Bosch Award 2019, and Nasi Reliance Platinum Jubilee Award 2019, National Mission Innovation Championship Award 2019, INEA Outstanding Teachers Award 2021, Innovation Leadership Award 2023, and Professor KL Chopra Applied Research Award 2023. He is also a fellow of several esteemed professional bodies such as INAE 2009, Indian National Academy of Science, NASI 2014, Institution of Engineers India 2016, Institution of Engineers and Technology, IET London, UK 2011, Institute of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering, FIETE 2006, DST Abdul Kalam Technology Innovation Technology Fellowship 2023. With his rich blend of industrial and academic experience, Professor Mishra has received widespread acclaim for his innovative approach, and impactful research. His achievements such as INEA Outstanding Teachers Award and Innovation Leadership Award underlies his dedication to academic excellence and leadership. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So it is my honor to invite our chief guest, Professor Sukumar Mishra, sir, Director, IIT ISM Dhanbad, to deliver the Foundation Day lecture. Sir, please.
Good morning and good afternoon. We have already reached. We started with good morning, but now it is good afternoon. So good afternoon to dignitaries on the dais, Dr. Mishra, A.K. Mishra, Dr. D.D. Mishra, dignitaries of the dais, member of this community CIMFR, media people, and other invited guests. My domain of research has already been mentioned is electrical engineering. So I know very little about the actual mining activity, what has been done or what is being done inside and outside the earth. But it is also true that today's world, as already been mentioned by D.D. Misra sir, without digital domain, nothing is possible. And we all move towards digitization. And in that aspect, beyond internet and beyond Google search, something which has come is ChatGPT. And also, ChatGPT has been told by researcher in different name like generative AI, like useful AI, and many things has been mentioned to it. Many companies are there who are using this ChatGPT as useful tool for many worthy information and business improvement of their establishment. Just to mention, if you see, maybe 6 months before or a year before, ChatGPT as such, if you take, was free. You go to the internet, you will be able to make a login and you can use it. But today, within just in a span of 6 months to eight months, maybe I will say, they have started commercializing it. To use the fullest version of that software, you have to become a member and you have to purchase their subscription. And the subscription rate today is not very high because it is the initial level and it is just $20 to $30. It is around $24 with tax, etc. It is coming per month. Looks that it is nothing. $20 means if you multiply, it comes to around 1,600 rupees. If you go to a restaurant, probably you will eat more than that. 2-3 times more than that at least. But if you enter, you will see how strong that ChatGPT is. I have also not explored it fully, but our students, they explore it very usefully. But it is true as well. Students, they have their own type of activity. So they use it for befooling others also. Because that is their character, they will do that. There is nothing wrong in that. However, they use it for many fruitful cases. I have a startup, just to give a brief about that. I was not able to do much about it because of my time paucity and other thing. Recently, my son came and I entrusted the job to him. He left his job and came. So first thing he asked me, can I take a ChatGPT login by paying $24? I told, okay, fine. Since you are coming and you are thinking of take it for some time, After that, within 1 hour, he make such beautiful brochure of the company, which I never think about. And all the technical detail of the device that we are making is written by that ChatGPT. So that means what Sir was mentioning, that you need to go to reference section to find out the thing, and finally you are making the writing on behalf of you. Somebody else is writing. Now, does it mean that the researcher and the human being are not required? Answer is definitely required. Because it is already told by many researchers, what has been done, no need to reinvent the wheel. And we should know what is the wheel. There was a very interesting article in Nature where they have written a lot of data. And finally, the conclusion they gave, lot of repetition of scientific work is going on now, which has been done around 1900 beginning. Because our reviewer, which is today, do not know what has been done 100 years before. So when he is seeing something written, an article written, he is thinking that it has a lot of basic fundamental work. We are able to know the applied work because it is coming day-to-day activities, sort of thing. But the fundamental work, what has been done based on which the applied thing has come, is or had become a past. And when somebody is digging that and writing little bit in a different connotation, the new reviewers are thinking that it has very big potential. But it is not true. Then what will happen? The science will be killed. It will be again just reinventing the wheel sort of thing will come, which you don't want. And the ChatGPT sort of thing will educate you what was the wheel before. Was it rotating or it was not rotating? Therefore, my request is we all should know what is this creature which has come to the world. It is not just to ignore, but to accept the demon. And if you know, there was in our mythology also, there were stories that if you can control the demon, he will do everything for you. But if you don't control the demon, he will kill you. It is better know about the demon, try to control it, and then you will be able to do miracle with the help of this gigantic force. Now, when a researcher starts doing certain activity, again, we divide the research into 3 blocks mainly. One is the fundamental research, then the applied research, then finally the commercialization. In the lab, like CSIR, IIT and those, There are multiple researchers, and the job of the researcher is to do research, and based on where he is, he should be appreciated, because human being is such a creature that if he is happy, he can do miracle. If he is unhappy, he is the worst creature in this nature. He can kill also if he is unhappy. But if he is happy, he will do whatever you want. So the happiness index has to be increased in the organization. And it is also true that established institutions like, again, I will tell IITs, maybe CSIR. I can give the example of IITs because I do not know the genesis of CSIR labs. You go to, suppose, for example, IIT Delhi, because I was there for 23 years, so I know detail. More than 90% will be from abroad. And they all have the potential to go to any other company or any other job and earn more than what a professor is getting in IIT Delhi. Getting 10 times salary will not be a difficulty one. Happiness index. In IIT, I am able to do my own research. Nobody is compelling me to do in ABCD area. I have my liberty. I can come in the night. I can go in the day. I can do with my PhD student with cup of tea. I have the liberty to do my own job. And when we publish a paper, that becomes the celebration day. And I must urge, because there are research scholars here, whenever you get a paper, the research scholar and supervisor must spend minimum to minimum in this Dhanbad locality, I can say, 500 rupees. Go for a cup of tea over a samosa or a dosa, enjoy and celebrate it. You will see next day the growth rate will increase. The researcher should feel that somebody is there to facilitate and appreciate the work that has been done. I don't need money because I have already left everything and come to an institution knowing that I will not get money. If you are in financial institution, you will jump from company A to B to C like that, and you will earn the happiness by getting more and more salary. That is your happiness index in that type of company. Here it is not true. So I must see what is my happiness point. And if I pin to that, then hormones will be released and I will do work for. So that demon which is inside can be now controlled. Now, if you look to the fundamental, I have time. Thank you. So now you have, suppose if you go to the research scenario and you did a fundamental research and you publish a paper. Then there are parameters to evaluate the paper, H index, impact factor, citation, many things are there. And I have PhD student. The PhD student also is looking for some employment, maybe company, maybe institution, maybe somewhere. And to get an employment, he need publications. And in the publication, there are certain criteria. You should have Q1, Q2, Q3, this, that, many things are there. And whenever the PhD student achieves that, he or she will write the thesis and he will submit it. And that finishes the research. And this is called first death of valley. He was doing certain research. He started from fundamental research, TRL. You know there is a parameter called TRL, technology readiness level. And you started from TRL 0 because it is a PhD thesis. Ideation has to be there. Maybe you can refer to some previous literature, but ideation has to be there because it is a thesis. It is not a device that you are making. So from the ideation, you went up to TRL 3 or 4. He will leave, supervisor is happy, everything done. And what happened? You reach to a death of valley. And there, I have to pool the candidate as well as the supervisor from the trap of that valley. If I can do that, then that research which was going to be a 0 will now come up. And in that, CIMFR-like institution will play a very, very vital role. And as Sir was mentioning, a collaboration between IIT and CIMFR is needed, especially for this depth of valley to take care of. Now, the question comes, when I move from TRL 4 to TRL 5, you need some sort of live labs. You are doing in room labs. Inside a room, you are doing something. You achieve to some extent and you are able to publish a paper. But that is not the world. You have to go to live lab. What is live lab? Live lab is something which is in between the realistic business model to that of the lab scale research. And as Sir was mentioning, that there will be some pilot plants, there will be some cases where a real scenario will be created. And when you try to do that, you need interdisciplinary research. Otherwise, you cannot go away from this death of valley. Because when you try to create that, you need to take the help of electrical, mechanical, civil, all things will come into picture. It is not simply your chemical or one aspect, which was up to 4 is okay. Beyond that, it will not work. And as Sir was mentioning, IIT Dhanbad, which is just near to your institute, will be a good platform because apart from mining, that is earth science, 4 departments, we have now 17 departments. So 13 departments are there, which are supporting departments to the main department, which is the earth science department. We are good at artificial intelligence. We are good at communication. We are good at designing motors. We are good at developing hydraulics. We are good at infrastructure development. We have civil department. So these things will be needed. And I am open for any collaborative work. I will definitely facilitate those things in the IIT Dhanbad campus. Now, when you go away from this death of valley 4 onwards, you can very easily reach after that up to 7 or 8. Then again you will see a death of valley. You have developed the technology, but no one is your taker. No technology transfer will happen. Neither you will be able to do a business. You will be having a lot of patents, but real vitamin M will never come. There is a very beautiful vitamin, like other vitamins are there for a human being to live a very, very healthy life. The vitamin M is needed for all these organizations to come up. Okay? So, and business requires this thing. They don't understand your research anything. And you now go for real business case, like maybe marketing, maybe understanding the philosophy of the society, understanding the behavior of the customers. All these good words would come there, where even IIT graduates are very good. Now you see statistical wise, you go to any good IIT, means G1 IIT sort of thing. Day 0, all are consultant. Why? The pay package starts from 50 lakhs. Or this high frequency trading. Again, financial related thing. There is money and they pay it. Nothing wrong in that. But now we as a scientist has to approach them. And that's why we need the help of those people. And finally, the policy. I will give you one example. There was a very high level meeting. At that time, I was in Delhi and we were sitting together. One technical administrator type of person came from Europe. There were around 10 people and he asked the question, how much of your time you are spending with bureaucrats? This was the question. I was a representative from academia. I was not in that organization. Then everybody look at it to its face. Because normally our thinking is that, भाई हम इंजीनियर है, हम क्यों जाए भाई किसी के पास? हम तो इंजीनियरिंग काम कर रहे हैं, वो जो करना है बाकी करे. Then with this presumption in the mind, people started telling 10%, 15%, like that. Then he told, you should increase it to 50%. Everybody got surprised initially. Then he gave the example. You know, during COVID time, there was a declaration from our Prime Minister that for 15 minutes, there will be a switching off phenomenon. 9 o'clock to 9:50. And the whole world was watching that whether grid collapse will happen or not. Because this jerk in the grid, there is a up, means whole load is out. There is a on, whole load will come. This type of big jerks, grid is not designed for. And whole world at that time, 9 o'clock. And news also it was flashing at that time. What will happen to India? And our grid is probably like European continent grid. You take whole Europe, whatever is the power capacity and wheeling is happening, our India is alone that. However, our engineers were very good and with experience they could manage. But there would have been a catastrophe also. Nobody knows. At this type of juncture, if suppose there is a handshaking between policymaker and the technology, then you will be able to do miracle. Our policymakers need to be oriented in the direction of the technology. Like suppose you are going for a coal excavation or something, and suppose from the top a decision came that you have to do this, and technically it is not possible. Then you have to educate them. You have to tell them that, sir, this is not technically possible. Let us do this way. And they will understand. It is not that they will not understand. But once they did it, after that it is very difficult to backtrack. Therefore, always a technology, policy, and business, all three things should come together. Anyone is not synchronized with the other will make a problem for the country. And when we talk about policy, it starts from the organization. No need to look to a very bigger thing, just like in your home. The person, maybe the eldest person, for example, in an Indian home context, I will say, makes the policy for the home. 10 बजे खाना है, मतलब खाना है. So this is a policy in your home. Similarly, in CIMFR also, there will be certain policy. Who makes it? Maybe the boss or maybe the highest authority makes it. Then the HOD, then the next person, like that it will percolate. And you will see, if you minutely see, at each level, there will be one policy. Not necessarily that only it comes from the top down. It goes in a pyramid fashion. There is a goal, and to achieve the goal, many things will be created at the bottom level. So my suggestion is try to go into the TRL level, 0, which starts, and it goes into 8 or 9. Let us try at each level. Where we will be successful or unsuccessful will be decided based upon the time. Time is also a very good axis in the x-axis. And when you try to reach that, you will see your happiness index will become very high and the organization will flourish. Thank you for offering me this platform to speak for the Foundation Day and to the employee and other people of CIMFR. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. And you have shown what should be the environment of the research laboratory. And you rightly pointed out that if we do the good research and we increase the TRL level 0 to 10, the researcher or scientist should avoid the deficit of vitamin M. Thank you, sir. So now let us take this opportunity to felicitate our guest. Therefore, may I now request our director, sir, to kindly present a shawl and a memento to our chief guest as a token of our respect. I would also request our director sir to kindly present shawl and memento to our respected RC chairman. Thank you, sir. Now, to conclude this memorable occasion, I would like to invite Dr. Ashish Mukherjee, Chief Scientist of CSIR-CIMFR, to deliver the vote of thanks and express our gratitude to all those who made this event a grand success.
Good afternoon, everybody. Honorable Chief Guest of today's function, Professor Sukumar Mishra, Director, IIT ISM. Honorable Professor D.D. Mishra, Chairman, CIMFR RC. Respected our Director CSIR-CIMFR, Professor Arvindo Kumar Mishra. Dr. J.K. Pandey, Chief Scientist, CSIR-CIMFR. Our most valued invited mentor, Dr. T.N. Singh sir and Dr. O.P. Mishra sir. My senior and junior colleagues, Poet Assistant Project Fellow, Press Media, ladies and gentlemen. It is really proud privilege for me that I have been asked to propose vote of thanks in such a very, very prestigious moment, that is 78th Foundation Day celebration of CSIR-CIMFR. We are really very, very happy that today we have with us Professor Sukumar Mishra, Director, IIT ISM. Sir, you have honored us by your distinguished presence. And sir, we shall cherish the memory of your gracious presence of this very special day. Sir, thank you for joining us. I would be grateful to Professor D.D. Mishra sir for sparing her valuable time with us. Professor D.D. Mishra is not only the RC chairman, he is our mentor. Whenever we are in trouble, he is with us. Sir, thank you for being with us. I would like to express my sincere thanks to Professor Arvindo Kumar Mishra, Director CSIR-CIMFR, for his continuous support and encouragement for organizing this event. Sir, thank you from core of our heart for continuously guiding us. Thank you, sir. I would like to express my sincere thanks to our special mentors, Dr. T.N. Singh sir and Dr. O.P. Mishra, for their gracious presence. Thank you, sir. We are thankful to all the staff members of purchase, administration, accounts, service sections, and other sections, those who are directly or indirectly related with this big event. Thanks are due to press and media for their wide coverage. Finally, thank you everybody to be with us for the whole function. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now we have reached at the end of this program. So I request everyone to stand up in respect of the national anthem. Thank you. One small announcement is there, sir. We have arranged some snacks and tea. So guests are requested to proceed director's chamber, and I request the organizing committee to serve these snacks at director's chamber for this guest. And there is also arrangement for tea at the outside of this auditorium. The person can take the tea there. Also, snacks packet will be distributed at 2:30 p.m. at room number 11. So all the HORGs and HOS are requested to send their list of the staff, including the temporary staffs also, to collect the packets. And those who are coming from the